AITA for opting out of my best friend's wedding because they didn't invite my GF. Fake names. My 28 meters. Childhood best friend Brad, 28 meters, is getting married in late May to Vicky, 26F. A week ago, on Easter, I received his wedding invite which only listed my name but not my GF, Mary, 28F. For context, Brad, Mary and I have known each other since high school. We were in the same friend group. Mary and I live around 2 hours away from Brad and Vicky. Because Mary is a nurse, she doesn't always have the time to visit Brad and Vicky with me, so I go alone most of the time, but when she's able she'll join me. Mary has met Vicky and seen her around 10 times in the past 4 years that Vicky is with Brad. Mary and I have been together for 6 years total, and we do plan on getting engaged and married once we are more financially settled. So I asked Brad if Mary is invited, and they just forgot to mention her name, to which he replied that Vicky is very strict about some rules, and in order to cut down costs she's enforcing a no-ring, no-bring rule for the wedding. So since Mary is just a girlfriend, and doesn't have a ring to imply some formality, then she's not invited. I reminded Brad that Mary and I have been together longer than he's with Vicky, and that Mary is also his friend, not just my partner. He says he knows and tried to talk Vicky out of it, but she's very strict with that. I let it go, and I was in dilemma about whether I should go to the wedding or not because of that. Mary told me she's not happy about the situation, but I should go to avoid more drama. So I called them to tell them I'll attend. Vicky picked up the phone and said she's sorry about making me uncomfortable by not inviting Mary. But these are the rules. I said I respect the rules, I'm not necessarily happy about it though. She then for some reason started being harsh about how Mary and I are not in a serious enough relationship if after knowing each other for so long and being together for 6 years we are not engaged yet, and joked that after all you never know what tomorrow brings and I could break up with Mary anytime since we haven't shown any signs of true commitment. I confronted her and told her that it's not her place to validate Mary and I's relationship, and that it's really low of her to use a dumb rule just to shame and micromanage long-term couples who, for whatever reason, haven't gotten married yet. I said I'll pass after all and not attend the wedding. She and Brad said I'm disrespecting them and their choices by choosing Mary over their wedding day. And I said I don't care. Keep your rules and I'll keep my relationship, because it's more important than any exclusive rules that only exist in order to shame people. I've been receiving a lot of backlash from other friends for that choice who said I'm in awe for being so bitter about something so small. But to me it's not small. They invalidated Mary and our relationship. NTA. What a stupid rule. And stupid in this instance for many specific reasons. First of all, Mary and Brad were in the same high school friend group, so it could easily be argued that she could be invited purely based on being his friend and totally independent of her relationship with you. Second, using marriage as a barometer of commitment is inane. So by Bride's logic, if cousin Chad gets drunk in Vegas and marries the girl he's been dating for 2 weeks, she would get an invite, while your girlfriend of 6 years would not. That is so dumb. To top all this off, you were initially willing to let it go and just come anyhow. But then Bride had to double down and insult your relationship to your face. That just sucks. Groom needs to step up and be a good friend and tell Bride she is being ridiculous. NTA. No ring, no bring is really stupid and outdated. It usually come from A, religion, or B, a feeling of superiority, usually rooted in self-consciousness, that your relationship must be better because of a title. Weddings are about celebrating love. A piece of metal or a piece of paper are not necessary for that. And, honestly, how Brad deals with this will tell a lot. Because he just wants to placate his fiancée. And this won't be the first or the last time he doesn't stand up for himself in his relationship. He needs to realize there are consequences to his inaction. She's going to try to force some norms on kids if they have them, because she's worried about her image. They are allowed to have whatever rules they want, but you are allowed to decline their invitation. I am not interested spending time and money to celebrate their relationship when they refuse to acknowledge mine. Sounds like Vicky is jealous or has something against your GF. That rule doesn't make sense, and her additional comments over the phone were unnecessary. But to me it's not small. They invalidated Mary and our relationship. Excluding Mary from the wedding was mean, but forgivable. But once Vicky made it clear she disrespects you and your commitment to your long-term relationship, there is no way back. She thinks you are lower than her and feels quite comfortable making that judgment out loud to your face. How can you be friends with someone who has told you that you are less worthy of respect and politeness than them? She will always see you and Mary as her inferiors. Brad is willing to let her treat you that way. He might not like it, but he isn't going to defend you. Once someone has made it clear that they do not see you as their equal, there can be no friendship. That is a status divide worse than master, servant, or teacher, pupil. Vicky probably thinks she is being versus gracious by allowing you a seat at the grown-ups table instead of sending you out the back to eat with the kids. Why would you want to support a marriage between two people who do not value you or treat you with dignity? This is not a minor issue. This is a serious misalignment of values. You're a good guy standing up for your relationship. As usual, people can invite who they want. However, there is a lot here that's wrong. She's enforcing a no ring, no bring rule for the wedding. You don't have a ring. So how do you get to go? Is it because you're their friend and she isn't? Mary is also his friend, not just my partner. When she's able, she'll join me. Mary has met Vicky and seen her around 10 times in the past 4 years that Vicky is with Brad. Apparently not. Why did she allow Mary to visit if there was no ring to validate it? Started being harsh about how Mary and I are not in a serious enough relationship if after knowing each other for so long and being together for 6 years we are not engaged yet, and joke that after all you never know what tomorrow brings and I could break up with Mary anytime since we haven't shown any signs of true commitment. At this point most reasonable people would have had enough. Keep your rules and I'll keep my relationship because it's more important than any exclusive rules that only exist in order to shame people. Absolutely right. When you get married, tell them they can't be invited because you have a rule that anyone whose relationship is shorter than yours isn't eligible. Your girlfriend is a mutual longtime friend of theirs and your friend is marrying a horrible bridezilla. She then for some reason started being harsh about how Mary and I are not in a serious enough relationship. Well then, you know how your friend, Vicky, really feels. She and Brad said I'm disrespecting them. No. An invitation is not a summons. Full stop. Your reasons for not attending are perfectly valid. You're not disrespecting their choices. You're respecting their choice to disrespect your relationship and behaving accordingly. They made their guest list. They can lie in it. I probably would have RSVP'd, no, to begin with. You tried. She doubled down on being an asshole when she didn't need to do that. Your best friend Brad is kind of a coward. You're not disrespecting them, you're choosing your girlfriend and showing how serious your Commitment is to her by not choosing them. Vicky is on some weird bridezilla power trip. NTA and any opposing views are conveniently forgetting the bride's demeaning and combative attitude about it. It's also strange that the groom has been friends with them for years and excluded her. This sounds like a bridezilla situation. She's saying because you aren't married or engaged you're less than. If they had been dating for a couple months I'd understand. The fact that the groom let this slide is very much a bad sign for the future. This friendship is most likely never going to recover. NTA. Times are changing, man. Even before, it's not like it was unheard of for a couple to never get married but still be together for decades. Just as long as, often longer, than a married couple. It's an arbitrary rule created by someone who thinks making something legal is the end-all be-all way to be together forever. It's their wedding, their rules. You just don't have to play. When you and Mary feel the time is right to get married, only invite Brad, and when Vicky asks why, tell her you have a no Vicky's rule and you're very strict about it. Follow-up. Fairly Odd Parents theme wedding, anyone? NTA. Maybe if Vicky takes the broom out of her behind she can start cleaning up the mess her rules made. NTA. Does she realize divorce exists? Petty me would say it's fine, I'll attend his next wedding, woman shrugging. NTA. Vicky and Brad. Super hardcore a-holes. She could have just accepted you RSVP and that be it. But no. She chose violence and ended up getting shanked with her own smarmy attitude. I'm not wishing ill on the engaged couple, but I'm sending you and Mary good wishes for a lifetime of happiness. Sign of the Horns, medium skin tone. NTA. Everyone should call out judgmental assholes like Vicky. NTA. Yikes. Someone is full of themselves, aren't they? Having rules doesn't make them Oz, but Vicky went past that. She intentionally attacked your relationship and was far more disrespectful than you simply refusing their wedding invite. NTA. Rings are archaic symbols. No adult relationship needs any outside approval. Not to be mean, but I bet these two will divorce. She's not even considering her future husband's wishes. I wouldn't attend either.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.